Hello everyone, come on in. I got 5-10 minutes max to show you these ideas. These different fall printable art pieces that I'm sharing in today's video, they were sent to your inbox if you're an email friend with me already. And if you're not, there's a link in the description so you can get these delivered to your inbox. That's what you need to know. I'm giving you a couple ideas on how to display them. And we'll do one little styling at the end. But really, just 5-10 minutes. Just come on in. I know yesterday some of y'all joined me on my back porch as I was unloading some fall decor. And so that was fun. But I just wanted to, I had mentioned those freebie printables in last night's video. And I was like, I haven't got to show those on video. I just showed pictures of them. So I printed them out. I've got them both printed on cardstock. And I've just got like 2 simple ways to encourage you to use them. Again, if you're already an email friend of mine, you can go check your inbox and they should be there. If they're not, or you accidentally deleted the email or something like that, it went out on Saturday, I think. Saturday. And if you're not, there's a link in the description and you can just become an email friend and then it'll kind of trigger that to send you those free printables. That link, you got to click that one in the description. So I got to get over here and make sure that I'm live in the right spot. Can you see me? Tell me, hey, tell me what you're doing. It's so good to be with you again. I figured I could spend a quick few minutes here. There I am. Okay. The best thing that you can do to say hi to me virtually is to send me a heart. Thumbs up. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me where you're watching from. Hey, Debbie in South Carolina. Hey, Linda. Seeing me twice today. Yes, Tamara. Okay. So I have been a busy little bee today. Hi, Marge. How are you? Okay, so the downloads, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're like, what is she talking about? They're freebies, 2 8x10 freebies that I designed for you to have. And they kind of look like they would be one continuous picture. It didn't really dawn on me when I did them like that. So you could try to piece them together if you wanted. But there's a barn and a deer, which is really pretty. See the deer in the distance with the morning fog and the sunrise. And then this one is a fox and a pond, a really, really foggy pond back here. And depending on how nice your printer is or where you have them printed, some of the finer detail may come out for you or the colors could vary slightly. But for me, I just printed it on white cardstock. And so here's my 2 favorite ways to display printables if I'm not decoupaging with them, which you could absolutely do as well. Hey, happy Monday. A great way to start off the week. Tracy's in the house, Crafting Mom's Corner Market. And then I saw Tamara with Simply Home watching. How are y'all? You are so welcome. Yay, Dot printed hers today. Okay, so I've already I cut this one out. Does any of y'all have one of these little, they're pretty handy. I cut this one out, 8x10, white cardstock. And then I'm gonna scissor cut this one and see how straight I can get it. I always like to challenge myself with that. Nice pair of sharp scissors. Follow the lines. It's amazing sometimes how hard it can be just to cut a straight line. But we're going to cut it. And then I'm going to quickly show you my 2 favorite ways to display. I just wanted to come live and be sure that you checked your inbox because if you're like me, sometimes I might miss over an email I get, or sometimes I might accidentally delete something and I didn't realize it had some goodies up in there. So if you're an email friend, check your inbox. And if you're not, there's a link in the description you can click. Okay, so 2 8x10. See, oh look, see, you almost can, if you did them just right, you almost could make them look like they were one big, y'all see that? And I didn't even do that on purpose, but that's kind of cool. Okay, so deer and barn or fox and pond, you can print them both out. And if you have I don't know what your regular thing, like I'll pull mine into like a Google Doc or a Word doc and I'll resize it, but this is the 8x10, but you could make it smaller or bigger. So here's one of my favorite things. I love to use a vintage clipboard. It's one of my favorite ways to display a quick printable. If you didn't know, it's so super simple. I have a whole stash of these and we'll style this at the end, but that's my easy solution number 1 for little printables like that. And then, of course, the other easy one, again, if you're not decoupaging or doing anything, more complicated, just find you a beautiful frame to your liking. This is a printable from last month. It's actually printed on canvas paper, which is pretty cool if y'all don't have any of that. And then just slip your, I don't like using the glass on most of my frames because I like for them to look like they're kind of like artwork. And then I'm going to show you another thing with the clipboard before we do a little styling. I might have to cut some off the edge. My little vintage frame. Look at this beautiful velvet back. Isn't it gorgeous? Look how old. Oh, just so it doesn't, I'm going to trim a little bit off over here. Because sometimes they say 8 by 10, but you know, those old frames, you kind of cut them to fit. Let's see how that looks. And hope I didn't cut too much off. But I just wanted to remind you they were there, remind you to print them out. Don't forget about them, the little happies waiting in your inbox. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, that looks like some vintage art you would find in a thrift store, right? Hey, Jillian. I love old frames too, Tamara. Patty says she collects vintage clipboards and she just found a really large one with 2 clips. So jealous, so jealous. I can't send it again, Nancy, but what you can do if you, I can't send it again just like random, just to check your email and stuff. You can email me at hammondsnest@gmail.com. And either me or my assistant, we can make sure that you got plugged into the system, and we'll make sure. Because the thing about it, if you want to keep receiving emails from me, you got to go find the email. Sometimes it can end up in spam. Sometimes it can end up in a promotions folder, like if you're on Gmail or any of those other mails. There's little bitty folders they can throw that stuff in. You got to go open it up and basically mark it safe. You know, your email system is trying to protect you from all that. So that's an easy, simple way to do this. But here's another favorite thing as it concerns the clipboards. If you go to hammondsnest.com and search how to print on fabric, if you've never tried this and you have an inkjet printer that front loads or back loads, not the trays, those typically don't work for this. But this is a printable of mine, but from Easter time, that's printed on canvas drop cloth. Now, I send mine through the printer with cardstock on the back, and if I'm going to display it like this, I like to leave the cardstock on just to give it some extra stability. So that's really pretty too. So that gives it that whole extra texture. So if you can imagine that, so good. Okay, but let's just do a quick styling. Y'all saw me unpack this last night, and I would just stick this in a really pretty easy bookshelf. I would lean something like this in front that kind of goes with it. Look, I'm just going to hold it for you. And you could put this, you know, like I said, little candle wreaths like this are good, not just for hanging or laying down flat like this, but I also love leaning them in the back of like bookshelves or something like that. And then you could pick a little pumpkin or just anything. I say decorate in threes. So you could pick a little pumpkin or something like that that you could lean up and make a little grouping like this. Like this is that little grapevine pumpkin. And easy like that. So vintage clipboard, a little wreath. I say this is a candle ring, but you know, it's just smaller than your average wreath. And there you go. You've got instant decor. Of course, the frame will look really good too. But I just wanted to hop on here real quick, remind you those downloads were either in your inbox or that you could get them. Oh, so pretty. Isn't this so pretty? I just love that little fox in the pond. It's so cute. So what do you think? Which one's your favorite? Marcia says, well, Marcia, we have, you know, hundreds that go out, and sometimes technology is just like that. Or your email could be protecting you. You don't have a spam folder. That's interesting. I didn't know any email that didn't have, maybe you don't know you have a spam folder. But definitely go check that. But you can always reach out to us at hammondsnest@gmail.com, and we'll fix you up and we'll make sure, because we want to help you find that email so you can go open it up and keep receiving goodies from us. Oh, those colors go together so pretty, don't they? So a printable like this that has so much, it has the fall feels, but it's not just like pumpkins, you know, it doesn't feel like that fall, but you just want to find something that doesn't compete too much, but complements it. You know, it's fun to kind of look through your stuff. Good to see you too, Cindy. Hey, Tanya. Well, like I said, I was going to be real quick. I am going to let y'all, go enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. I hope y'all have the most blessed week ever. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me, and go get those downloads. And again, if you need some help, making sure they get to you, hammondsnest@gmail.com. Make sure that you don't put a D in my name. It's HAMMONS, no D, nest@gmail.com. And me or my assistant can definitely make sure you get these prints so you can print them out at home. So to resize, I saw someone, yes, elegant fall, which I really love. Someone said, yeah, junk folders, spam folders, check all that kind of stuff. Dot, you asked how to resize. I like to pull the images. These are image files that you're going to get 8 by 10 JPEGs. And I like to pull those into a Google Doc or a Microsoft Doc. And I just like to kind of resize them like an image, like you could pull anything onto that file and then I print them. That's the way that I do it, unless you kind of know some other ways with your technology. The thing about it is I can help you, but everybody has different technology. So, all right. Oh, I love that, Marsha. Yay, you're so welcome, Atanya. I'm so glad you're going to go print yours. Yes, Hammons, Hammons. Okay, go search that. Find it in your inbox if you're already a friend, and I will catch you live next time. Again, if you want to know when I'm going to be live, you can comment the word channel for a link to my free broadcast channel, and that'll let you know when I got goodies or things that are fun that are happening, and we can just stay in touch that way. Okay, hope y'all have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.